Welcome to a day in the life of a retired teacher, guys. So, today I was sitting outside after walking around the school for lunch. Yes, I typically walk around the school for lunch. And so I went and sat down somewhere while I was watching the kids come back from their lunch. Okay, I'm just supervising. So, this teacher comes out of nowhere, guys, okay, and starts up a conversation with me. She's actually the librarian. So she strikes this conversation with me. And she basically says, I'm tired. This year has been so draining. Guys, she's not the only teacher feeling like this. There are so many teachers who are feeling so tired and just so drained. I don't know why it's so draining this year. Like, this week we've been doing a lot of testing after test after test after test, whether it's ACE testing, AP testing. Then you've got the state testing, like the biology EOC, the history EOC, the geometry EOC. So many tests, guys. It's like, yeah, we're so tired, everybody. So I'm looking at this, and my question was, how long have you been in the classroom? Okay, is it about time maybe you consider retiring? And she's like, well, I've been here for 34 years. And I'm like, 34 years? Well, I mean, you could retire. You could actually take a break from teaching and just retire. And she's like, but, well, what about my health insurance? Guys, you hear the question? What about my health insurance? Like, people are facing difficulties out here. So this poor woman remains on the job because she's worried about her health insurance. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your health insurance. But just the fact that after teaching for so many years, after teaching for 34 years, guys, she's now worried about how she's going to be paying for her health insurance. Now, I don't know. This is not too far-fetched. We, as teachers, need to be taken care of when we retire. We shouldn't have to worry about waiting until we're 65 to retire because we're going to be getting Medicare at age 65, guys. We should be able to retire once we reach that 30 years, okay? Reach the 30 years, retire with full pension, retire with full health care. Period. Point blank, period. Okay? But that's not the case, guys. And this poor woman is having to stay on this job, even though she's so tired, she's ready to retire, but she can't because she's worried about keeping her health insurance. That is a sad state of affairs, guys. That is such a sad state. And so for me, when I'm looking at this and I'm analyzing this and I'm like, well, what's the implication for me? What does that mean for me when and if I choose to retire? And I'm not one of those people that's going to wait until I'm 65 to retire, because I'm just not about that lifestyle, guys. I'm not. And so the questions keep coming. Like, guys, I kid you not, recently one of the teachers, she was sick, and then she had a fall in the classroom. Yeah. And she was forced to retire. She had to retire. Okay? So again, I'm asking the question, Does this mean that I have to wait until I get to such an age to be able to retire and get Medicare? Okay, do I have to wait? Do I have to wait to be able to get health insurance, guys? These are the questions going on in my head. Because you see, health insurance has gotten so freaking expensive. We, as educators, cannot afford to pay health insurance if we retire, if we're not getting health insurance through our jobs. So then we're going to have to go ahead and remain on the job because that way we can afford our health insurance. Guys, this is craziness. And the worst part is, the older we wait to retire, the less years we have to enjoy ourselves in retirement and to enjoy this money we work so hard for, to save the pension or whatever other investments we have. So, like, this is a problem. This is an issue. We can't keep going like this, guys. And then for those of us who are in the classroom having to deal with students who lack the motivation, who have to be on their cell phones. They're on their cell phones constantly, guys. They're sitting on these cell phones like there's no tomorrow. Like the cell phone is everything. Every child has a cell phone now. And so you are fighting, you are vying for their attention, okay? While they're occupied with these cell phones. They're so consumed in these cell phones, guys. Sometimes when they're walking around, they look like they're zombies because their heads are down, looking down literally. They're about to run into people, but yet they're still looking at the cell phone. They're not paying any attention. And if they're not paying attention to where they're going, are they paying attention to what's happening in the classroom? No, most of the time they're not. So it's like, okay, you're trying to teach somebody who doesn't want to receive the information. Don't get me wrong. I do have the students who do care. The majority of my students, they do care. They want to get an education. They want to be educated, guys. But it's that group, okay? The few guys whose heads are so stuck on that cell phone, guys, that makes it so hard as an educator to reach them. And so now we have to go ahead and create these really interesting lessons to get them motivated, to get them to do the work. And it's like we're flipping over tables, we're standing on top of the tables and then saying, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. But guys, it is so challenging out here for teachers. And this time of year, we're really feeling this burn. We're feeling this burnout because we are at the end. Graduation is around the corner. The kids don't want to do anything. They want to come up to their final exam and be done with the school. They've been done. They've been done since spring break. They stopped working, most of them. And so now, guys, we have to teach them for the remainder of the year. It's a struggle. So a lot of teachers, they're asking the questions. A lot of them are feeling tired and they don't know what to do. And honestly, guys, many teachers are leaving the classroom because they're fed up. They just don't know what else to do. They just don't know what the solutions are. They're done. They're done struggling with trying to get kids motivated and getting them to learn. They're done. Like, guys, I've seen it time and time again where you'll see a sugar plum on their cell phone, okay, for the entire class period, okay? I'm being very honest with you guys. We're having a very honest conversation here. They're sitting on their cell phone for the entire class period and don't care about any lesson that's happening. How do I get to teach a kid how to solve a quadratic equation, second degree equation, guys, if they're sitting on their cell phone, not even making eye contact with you, not taking any notes, not paying attention? Guys, how do you do that? That is a struggle, okay? And then to top it off, we have all these bunch of tests that we have to administer to the students, whether it's SAT, ACT, EOC, PSAT, and the list goes on, okay? And it keeps growing and growing. Don't forget about ACE, okay? Guys, there's so many tests that these kids have to take. And yes, I do feel sorry for them. But we, as teachers, as educators, we have to administer those tests. We have to lose our class time so we can administer the tests. There's so many tests. I kid you not, sometimes the entire week is occupied with testing, guys. Yes, that's the state of education. This is where we are. This is why so many teachers are so tired. They are burned out to the core, okay? Not even vacation time, the summer break is going to do it. So what many of them are choosing to do, guys, is to go ahead and leave education altogether. I follow a group on Facebook with teachers who come on this group chat every single day, guys, and putting up messages like, I chose to retire today. I'm leaving education because I can't do it anymore. I want to go ahead and just go do something else with my life, guys. That's how hard it's getting out there. So if you are a teacher, you're feeling like this, you're not the only one. Rest assured, there are other people feeling just like you are. Yes, summer's coming, but is it going to alleviate the problem? Guys, this is a big issue and we need to talk about it. So go ahead and like, subscribe, okay? And let me know in the comments, if you're uneducated, how you feeling? How are things doing for you? Where are you? Are you feeling like what I'm feeling? Are you feeling like what my colleagues are feeling? Because guys, it's rough out here. So until next time, guys, bye.